Am I the a-hole for ending things because my boyfriend was too emotionally close to a married female friend? I, 27F, recently broke up with my boyfriend, 33M, after 9 months together, and I can't stop replaying everything in my head wondering if I overreacted or if I should have ended it sooner. From the start, I knew he had this close female friend. They'd known each other for over a decade, since he was a teenager, and she's married with kids. It wasn't a secret. In fact, early in our relationship, he talked about her in passing like she was just another part of his life, the way you mention an old family friend. I didn't think much of it at first. Then, a few months into dating, he finally introduced me to her in person. We all met briefly, and it was fine. She was nice enough, friendly, and the meeting wasn't awkward. But after that one introduction, things started to shift in a way I couldn't ignore. He began spending a lot more time with her, and I mean alone time. They'd go for long evening walks, just the two of them. Sometimes they'd meet up to play basketball for hours. He would tell me about these hangouts after they happened, almost as if he were confessing, and then immediately follow it up with, "I know how it looks. I know it might make someone suspicious. If you ever want me to limit contact with her, just say the word, and I'll let her find something else to do." The thing is, it wasn't just the hangouts themselves, it was the pattern. These weren't group gatherings. Her husband wasn't there. The kids weren't there. It was just my boyfriend and this married woman a lot. Meanwhile, our time together was shrinking. Before I met her, he would always make plans to see me in person. We'd go out for dinner, spend the weekend together, go on little day trips. But now, almost all our time was reduced to calls, texts, and online chats. He'd claim he was busy or tired, yet somehow he had endless energy for her. It really stung because I had been asking him for weeks to make time for us in person, and it was always met with excuses. He even admitted I was his first girlfriend ever, which I thought might mean he'd want to put more into the relationship. But instead, it felt like he was pulling away from me and pouring more into her. After a couple of weeks of watching this happen, I finally brought it up. I told him, calmly, that it was hurting me. That in a committed relationship, I needed to feel prioritized, and right now I felt like I was coming in second place to his friend. I made it clear that it wasn't about me being jealous of her. It was about the imbalance. His response? He immediately defended the friendship and said I was being controlling. He told me I didn't understand how important she was to him because I didn't have any decade-long male friends. He swore they weren't doing anything physical and that I was overreacting. I pushed back, telling him I'd never do something like that to him. If I had a male friend who was married, I wouldn't be spending that much alone time with him, especially not at the expense of my own relationship. That's just basic respect, in my opinion. That's when he hit me with, "I spent more time with you anyway." Which might have sounded reasonable, except all that time was over a screen. And around the time they started hanging out the most, that was right after his dog died. He told me I had been a chore during that period and that I was something he didn't want to deal with. He claimed she was easier and lived just a few streets away, so it was more convenient. I suggested very reasonable boundaries, ones I thought any partner who cared about me would at least consider. Spend more time with me in person, and less one-on-one time with her. If they hung out, make it a group thing. Invite her husband, invite me, make it balanced. Keep me in the loop instead of telling me after the fact. Basically, stop making it feel like a secret club I wasn't invited to. He wouldn't budge. In fact, he told me I needed to think about her feelings and her kids' feelings and how setting those boundaries might hurt them. He insisted that they needed him and that he was actually helping her marriage by giving her advice and buying gifts for her kids during the holidays. When I asked what her husband thought about all this, he admitted the husband had also asked her to set boundaries with him, and she didn't. But apparently, the husband cooled off after a while and just let her do whatever. That really stuck with me. Even her own husband had concerns, and instead of taking that seriously, my boyfriend used it as proof that I should just cool off, too. After that conversation, we had a date planned, one of the rare times I thought we'd get some real, in-person time together. He canceled last minute and sent me a text saying, "Might call you in a few days or so." That was it. No apology. No rescheduling. Just complete dismissal. That was my breaking point. I realized I was with someone who wasn't willing to put in the effort, who didn't see me as a priority, and who was perfectly okay letting another woman take my place emotionally. So I ended it. TLDR, my boyfriend was getting emotionally closer to a longtime married female friend than to me, refused to set boundaries or make me a priority, and even canceled dates to spend more time with her. I broke up with him, and I'm wondering if I made the right call. Edit. Thank you for all the support. Reading through your comments has made me realize I was holding on to something that wasn't even there anymore. I gave that relationship everything I had, and when I walked away, he didn't fight for me. He just let me go. It hurts, but I know now I should have walked a lot sooner.